Take a moment and think about your morning. What is the first thing you do when you wake up? Do you check your phone, stretch your body, or make a cup of coffee? For millions of people around the world, coffee is more than a drink. It is a daily friend, a warm beginning, a small spark that wakes the mind and the heart. Every single day, people drink more than 2 billion cups of coffee. That means, at almost every moment on Earth, someone is holding a warm cup in their hands. Coffee gives us energy, but it also gives us something deeper: time. Time to think. Time to talk. Time to dream. It connects people in busy offices, small cafes, and quiet homes. It has shaped cultures, built friendships, and even changed history. But here is the amazing truth. Coffee was never planned. It was never invented by a scientist or discovered by a king. Its story began with a few dancing goats and one curious man in the highlands of Ethiopia. Yes, goats! And from that small accident, the world was changed forever. So today, let's travel back in time. Let's discover how one tiny red berry became the world's favorite drink. This is not just a story about coffee. It is a story about curiosity, patience, and the magic of human discovery. Before coffee entered human life, the world was very different. People lived by the rhythm of the sun. They worked in daylight and rested at night. There was no easy way to stay awake, no quick way to feel alert. The common drinks of the old world were simple: water, milk, wine, and beer. But the water was not always clean. Milk spoiled quickly, and wine and beer made people sleepy and slow. There was no drink that could keep the body calm and the mind sharp. In the deserts of Arabia and North Africa, nights were long and work was hard. Traders traveled for days. Students studied late into the night. Monks prayed in the darkness. They all needed something to keep their eyes open and their minds alive. At that time, people already knew about small red berries growing on wild bushes. Some ate them for energy. Others mixed them with food for long journeys. But no one imagined that the seed inside that berry would one day change the world. Humanity was waiting for something new, something powerful, something awakening. And it only needed one curious heart to notice. Our story truly begins over 1,000 years ago in Ethiopia. There lived a young goat herder named Kaldi. Every day, Kaldi took his goats to the hills. He watched them, cared for them, and knew their habits well. But one day, he saw something strange. His goats were jumping, running, and dancing with wild energy. They looked happier and more excited than ever before. Kaldi was confused. He followed them and discovered that they were eating bright red berries from a green bush. Curious, Kaldi tried the berries himself. Soon he felt awake, alive, and full of joy. These berries are special, he thought. Excited, he carried them to a nearby monastery and told a monk about his discovery. But the monk was afraid. He called the berries the work of the devil and threw them into the fire. And then something magical happened. As the berries burned, a rich, warm, beautiful smell filled the air. The monks pulled the roasted seeds from the fire, crushed them, and mixed them with hot water. That night, they drank the dark liquid and stayed awake through their prayers. That was the first cup of coffee. Not born from science, not created in a lab, but born from curiosity, accident, and an open mind. For many years, coffee was a quiet drink. In Yemen, Sufi monks used it to stay awake during long nights of prayer. They learned to roast the beans, brew them carefully, and create stronger flavors. They experimented again and again. Sometimes the drink was too bitter, sometimes too weak. But with patience, they improved it. Soon, word of this powerful drink spread. Traders, travelers, and scholars began to taste it. They called it kawa, the drink that gives strength. For the first time in history, there was a drink that sharpened the mind instead of dulling it. By the 1500s, coffee had reached great cities like Mecca and Istanbul. Small coffee houses began to appear. Inside them, people talked, laughed, debated, and dreamed. These places became centers of ideas and conversation. But not everyone was happy. Some leaders feared coffee. They said it made people think too much. They tried to ban it. Yet the people loved it too deeply. When coffee reached Europe, it changed everything again. In England, coffee houses were called penny universities. For the price of one cup, you could hear new ideas, meet thinkers, and learn about the world. Businesses were born in coffee houses. Newspapers were created there. Even revolutions were inspired beside cups of coffee. Slowly, the sleepy old world became bright, busy, and awake. From Arabia, coffee crossed oceans and continents. The Dutch planted it in Java. The French carried it to the Caribbean. Soon it grew in Brazil, Colombia, Vietnam, and beyond. Coffee connected farmers, traders, and cultures. New inventions arrived. The espresso machine, instant coffee, cafes on every corner. What began as a small berry in Ethiopia became a global tradition. Today, coffee is everywhere, but it is still more than just a beverage. It is a conversation. It is a comfort. It is creativity. It is a connection. Every cup carries centuries of history and human effort, from Kaldi and his dancing goats, to monks, traders, dreamers, and worker. Coffee has touched every kind of life. It began as an accident, but it became a symbol of curiosity and possibility. So next time you hold a warm cup in your hands, remember this journey. Remember the goats in Ethiopia, the monks by the fire, the travelers, the thinkers, the dreamers. Remember that something small can change the world. Coffee reminds us of a powerful lesson. Great discoveries often begin with simple curiosity and the courage to try. And just like coffee, your own small ideas can one day become something amazing. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your cup. Because the story of coffee is also the story of us. Thank you for listening to today's story. If you enjoyed practicing English with me, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon. Practice every day, shadow the story, and your English will grow stronger, one word at a time. See you in the next English shadowing story.